Welcome back to your number one station for all the news on Wall Street. Today, we have a Wall Street worker with a personal story to share, all about Mr. Gatsby, former millionaire until he died, of course. This man says he's got a story that will tell nothing but the truth about the mysterious Gatsby. Say, what's your name, sport? Please don't call me sport. It has never stuck. The name's Nick. It all started one night after a nice dinner at a friend of mine's. Upon returning home, I peered over at my neighbor's dock to see a man standing at the end, reaching out towards some green light across the bay. At the time, I could not put much together. That was the first time I ever saw Gatsby. Well, did you say anything to him? It wasn't the right time. However, within a few weeks, I was invited to a party of his. I knew nobody until I saw Jordan Baker, a current resident of the Buchanans, my dinner friends from before. As she was showing me around, I ran into a man with a common knowledge of the military. Turns out it was Mr. Gatsby himself. He continued on, as did Jordan and I, until Jordan was called off to speak with him alone. I then recalled the night at the Buchanans. Jordan had mentioned Gatsby, and my cousin Daisy Buchanan perked up, yet there was still nothing to put together. Keep going. A few days later, I was working when I received a call from Jordan. She asked if I would set up a tea party for Daisy and myself, but to have Gatsby come to meet and reunite with Daisy. Now, I have always been one to go with the flow, so I did as I was told. At that party, I began to put things together. They hit it off almost instantly, as if the tears didn't matter. It was as if they were flirting, but I couldn't be sure. Gatsby then brought us over to his mansion. He showed us everything. Everything? Are the rumors of drugstores and bootlegging true? Absolutely not. Gatsby was simply... well, I'll get to that. I knew they were more than friends when I noticed she was with him every day. I never said anything to Tom, Daisy's husband, because I recalled the day after our dinner when he introduced me to the woman he had been cheating on Daisy with. The next party would be the last. We were all there. Me, Jordan, Daisy, and even Tom. Gatsby introduced us to everybody. Did he ever get any phone calls during these parties? Not that I am aware of. Now, Daisy did not enjoy the party. I knew that. I also knew why another party was never thrown afterwards. See, the point of the parties was to hope that Daisy would show up. Gatsby was in love with Daisy, and Daisy to Gatsby. They were in love 5 years ago until Gatsby went off to war. When he returned, Daisy had been married. He inherited money from a friend, Dan Cody, and his family. He played the stock market and won. He purposely bought a house just across the bay from her. He stares at the green light at the end of her dock because it's Daisy's. Everything he's done has been for Daisy. I'm sorry. I cannot continue. Nonsense. Finish up quickly then. Tom invited us all to lunch in New York City. Even Gatsby? Yes. It was extremely hot that day, and we were in the hotel room where I first met Tom's little girlfriend. I guess Tom spent some time studying Gatsby and began making false accusations towards him. This is where the drugstore idea was generated. Gatsby eventually broke and went off on Tom, saying Daisy never loved him. Tom, that is. Daisy couldn't handle it anymore. At last, Gatsby and Daisy left together, while Tom, Jordan, and I did too. I found out that night that Tom's girlfriend had been hit by a car and killed. I assumed Gatsby had been the driver. However, Daisy stormed out of the hotel so upset that she drove home. Tom's girlfriend, Myrtle, ran out in front of her. Daisy did not even know her. Come on, wrap it up. I'm not sure what happened next because I was not there. Myrtle's husband wanted revenge and found out that the car belonged to Gatsby. One day, Gatsby went for a swim and that was it. He drowned? No. The man, Mr. George Wilson, shot Gatsby and then himself. That's how Gatsby died. All because he loved Daisy Buchanan. Where are the Buchanans and Jordan Baker now? Miss Baker has recently been engaged. Daisy and Tom went off somewhere. I do not know where. I'm sorry, I do not wish to speak anymore. Well, you heard it first here. Thank you to Nick for the update on the Gatsby story. We'll be right back with Ralph Lauder, the king of bonds.